Shelley I teach 3rd grade at W.W. Robinson. When I begin at the beginning of the year setting up my rotations, I first allow for a few weeks to gather data from beginning of the year assessments from Gansky, running records, and other data I receive from 2nd grade teachers. Once I have all that information, I sit down and kind of form groups based on the students' strengths and weaknesses. That gets me started. When I'm setting up my groups, I think about the literacy diet and what my students need. In 3rd grade, most of my students are transitional readers, so a lot of focus is on independent reading and comprehension. I also think about word study, how much time they need for word study, and also for Write of the Week. I focus on guided reading, and I break it up into about 15 to 20 minutes per group. I don't like to set times because it can vary. Some groups I might spend a half hour with. Some groups I might only spend 15 minutes with where they are. My higher groups, that time with those students is more of a discussion and comprehension questions. My on-level groups or below-level groups, they're actually going to spend their time with me reading more so, and some discussion. When I think about my time with my students in small group, I still divide my lessons up into before, during, and after activities, and think about what my role is, what their role is during those times. And the focus really is on reading. When I think about that hour, I want most of that hour to be spent with them actually reading and comprehending text.
Is going to happen tonight. Knowing his character. Right? Brooks?
I don't want to spoil it because I watched
Okay, well let's choose somebody else then.
I haven't seen the movie. I think that something's gonna happen to Mike that makes Charlie the last one standing.
When I think about my whole group language arts mini lessons, to me that is what all 3rd graders need. That's the core instruction. Versus your guided reading time, you're going to differentiate that instruction based on where your students are. You might have to choose books that are, that you will have to choose books that are appropriate for your lower level students versus your higher students. You're gonna, might even possibly take that mini lesson and extend it and make that lesson even harder or more advanced for those students.
And he's gonna get into the TV and his mom's gonna try to grab him, but then like,
What if she gets sucked up?
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh, what if that happened?
I also like to incorporate silent reading time for my students every day. This is so important for them to have that opportunity to build their fluency, build their comprehension. And I also like the students to have a choice in this time, because as adults, we don't have someone else telling us the books that we read, so it's important for them to have a choice in the books that they choose for their ben. I do require that they have a variety of books, so 2 or 3 fiction, 2 or 3 nonfiction, variety of texts. They can also include magazines, just so that I know that they're having an opportunity to read a variety of literature, that they can be well read.
What is your favorite thing about your teacher?
She's really nice.
In what ways does she show you that she's nice?
She lets us get in groups and talk, and we, she lets us, we get to pick out our books, and she has a student library where we can pick out our own books.
What kind of books do you choose?
I choose, this week I choose a map book, an atlas book, and I choose like 1 or 2 graphic novels every time, because we're allowed to get 2 nonfiction, 2 fiction, and one choice.
When you first get started, I think it can be overwhelming when you think, oh my goodness, I have to plan a lesson for 4 different reading groups. How will I have time for that? So one thing that I've found helpful is to look for resources that are available in the Reading Lab or online. Oftentimes I've found websites that provide guided reading lessons for popular book series that we offer here in the book room, and that's been helpful to me. And also using the Journeys program, you can't use everything, but you can also pick and choose what you think would be appropriate for your students. That way you have something to go by. And also talking to your mentors and your team, they can be such a great help when you're planning all of those lessons if you collaborate your ideas together so you don't feel so overwhelmed in the beginning.